got a story for you. Judge Boateng, the former Black Stars assistant coach, has applied for the Black Stars coaching job. I'll be giving you the details in this video. And then there's also another coach called Saintfiet, who has also applied to be the Black Stars head coach. And then also, I'll be giving you a breakdown of Andre Ayew's third goal in 3 matches for Le Havre after he scored a goal for Le Havre against Strasbourg. So, without further ado, let's get started now, guys. Judge Boateng is a Ghanaian, and Judge Boateng played for Netherlands in his playing days. And at the time, I remember watching him around 2006 playing for Netherlands with the likes of Ian Robin and the likes of Van Persie at the time, and the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy. And Judge Boateng didn't play for Ghana. He was a defensive midfielder. He's been a Black Stars assistant coach for the past, I think, 3 years, because I remember, I think when Otado was called on to become the coach for the Black Stars on interim basis. I mean, he was the coach of the Black Stars. He was assistant coach of the Black Stars, and then he led the Black Stars to the World Cup in Qatar 2022. So, and then he led the Black Stars also to the AFCON in 2023. I mean, 2024, the one that's just about to end. And Otado was the main coach and he was the assistant. So the news coming in this morning says that he's applied for the vacant Black Stars job and he wants to be the coach of the Black Stars. All these 3 years, he's worked with a common group or a couple of players that have formed the core of the team. I mean, for these 3 years, he's worked with Kudus Mohamed, he's worked with Thomas Party, he's worked with Andre Ayew, he's worked with all the young boys coming up, and then he's very close to the national team. He used to be the coach for Aston Villa, and he left the Aston Villa job to be the assistant coach of the Black Stars. I've heard this very long time that he wants to be the senior head coach of the Black Stars of Ghana, and he was part of the team that really led the Black Stars of Ghana to this shameful exit in the AFCON. And I don't know why he wants to be coach anyway, but that's the news coming up. The truth is, Judge Boateng has a fair idea of the kind of players we have now. He has a deep understanding of the kind of players or the current crop of players we have in our Black Star setup now. But also, the truth also is, he hasn't really lived up to expectation when he's been given the job. I mean, somebody will say, let's give it to Judge Boateng because look at what Emery Faye is doing with Ivory Coast. I'm thinking, my guy, you don't know what you're saying. So that's the news coming in this morning. And for me, I think Judge Boateng should not be given the Black Stars coaching job in any way on any kind. And he's not really coached any team at the senior level yet. His highest coaching level has been the assistant coach of the Black Stars of Ghana. I think he was a coach for Aston Villa under 23, and ever since then we haven't really seen what he has done for himself as a coach. And he's been a pundit too for, I think, Super Sport or DSTV for one of these times, but he hasn't really taken a coaching job. And where we are now, we need a coach that's going to qualify the Black Stars to the World Cup in the United States and Canada. I don't think Judge Boateng is the right man for the Black Stars of Ghana. I don't think any Ghanaian will be happy to have Judge Boateng as our next coach. I mean, no matter how good he is, if he's good, I mean, he should just go back to the drawing board, learn more, do other jobs. If he's good enough, I'm sure Ghanaians will recognize him and they will call for us to get him as our coach of the Black Stars. But I think what he's done for the past 3 years, having led Black Stars to the World Cup, we exited in the group stage, having led Ghana Black Stars to the AFCON and exited in the group stage again, I don't really know what significant we've done under him, and I don't know why Boateng should be the coach of the Black Stars of Ghana. Guys, what do you think? And then there's also Saintfiet. So Saintfiet is a Belgian coach who's been working in Africa for the past 15 years. And he's done quite a lot for himself in African football. He was the coach of Gambia, the coach that took Gambia to the AFCON in La Côte d'Ivoire, and he's amazing. I mean, I like what he's done with Gambia. Saintfiet wants to be the coach of the Black Stars too, and he's also applied. Looking at his career, he's had a good and a successful career on African soil. He's coached Gambia, he's coached so many sides, and he has a proven track record. You know, he's been on the African soil. And if you look at the Gambian side, taking the Gambian team from where they are to let them compete in African soil, compete in the African Cup of Nations, I'm thinking, Jolly guys, he's doing so well. And the kind of work that Saintfiet did with Gambia is really, really amazing. And qualifying Gambia, I mean, growing up, those days Gambia didn't even used to play AFCON. So it tells you what he's able to do and what he can do when he's given the coaching job. I think personally, if Ghana cannot afford Havre, we should go for Saintfiet. I checked his coaching records and what he's done so far. I think Gambia is the 12th side that he's coached. I think looking at him very carefully, he's really, really one of the strongest coaches that we can have on African soil now. And I don't think he'll go for a very huge amount of money. I'm thinking he can just stand in very well. And that's my personal choice, Saintfiet, to be the coach of the Black Stars of Ghana. Look, this guy built the Gambia national team. He watched so many local league matches. He went to almost all the centers to try and get the players for the national team. And he used the internet to find more local players and those who had dual nationality. And for those people, you just try and reach them via Instagram or via the internet and call them. And he built a strong Gambian side. He just resigned after the inability to qualify to the next stage of the competition. That tells you what he has. And one thing I like about him is a no-nonsense coach. He wants free hands to perform. He wants free hands to work. And looking at him, I'm thinking he's a good guy. We need to employ him if we can. The complexities surrounding his appointment will be that there are about 600 coaches. I don't know how the coaching selection process will go, and I don't know how they will want to make a selection for the Black Stars head coach. That is one. Two, he's so no nonsense. He doesn't like people to control him. And for what we've heard in the media, that the people in the GFA like to control certain people and try to impose players on the coaches. I don't think Saintfiet will work for Ghana. But he's so no nonsense. Probably wants the players to run, work very hard, and that's what we have of him as a coach. I'm thinking, for me, let's get him as a coach. And the thing is, when he went to Gambia, he didn't have instant results. I remember at the time he went to Gambia and then he lost probably 2 of his first 3 matches. And when he lost, the Gambian people were coming at him and he told them that they should just give him time. He was going to create something, going to work hard and get a teamwork. And he actually did what he said, qualifying Gambia to the AFCON in 2023. Tells you that he's very good once he's given the time. But Ghanaian fans have time for a coach who need time to work and call his own players and create an attacking team. That's the question we are asking, And I think that if the GFA is going to make a candid research about him, he'll probably become the coach of the Black Stars of Ghana if they are going to make a thorough research and they cannot pay her very hard. Just get him to be the coach of the Black Stars of Ghana. He's not really coached any top side in African football. He's been coaching Gambia and Niger, and then he's been playing some technical director role. But there are certain coaches that if you give them the national team job who will not live up to expectations. I'd like to know what you think about Saintfiet. Should Ghana give him the chance to coach the Black Stars of Ghana? So let's go to Andre Ayew. So Andre Ayew too is having an impressive season. Andre Ayew is really in form now because Andre Ayew played his 3rd game after the AFCON exit, and in this game scored a header. And for anybody who has followed Ghana football for a while, Andre Ayew has been known for scoring headers, and he scored an important goal for Le Havre. But Le Havre lost the game against Strasbourg 3-1, and it's so important that Andre Ayew is back scoring goals. So Andre Ayew, as a player, has been very good for the Black Stars of Ghana. And so going back to Le Havre and getting 3 goals in 3 matches, it tells you that he's very good. He's in form. Maybe it's Chris shooting that wasn't able to utilize him very well. Should the next coach give Andre Ayew a fair hearing chance and let him play for the Black Stars of Ghana? So Andre Ayew has scored 3 goals in 3 matches. So in this game, Andre Ayew played 83 minutes for Le Havre, and then he was a striker for Le Havre, and he scored a header, and he had 2 shots on target, and he had a good game. On FootMob, he had 7.7 rating on FootMob. It tells you that he was good, the highest rated player on his side, and Andre Ayew is doing well for himself. My policy is, if Andre Ayew is good, call him to the Black Stars. Let me know what you think about these 3 different stories. Should George Boateng be given a fair hearing? What do you know about Saintfiet? Let me know in the comment section. And Andre Ayew backs in the 3rd goal for himself in this competition, in the 3rd goal for himself after the AFCON. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. The best yet to come. Bye for now.